right, guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Game Junction podcast. We are super happy to be here this week. We got some gaming news that we're going to be talking about this week. There's been all kinds of things that have been announced and said about different games and things that are going on. So, without further ado, we are going to start with the Grand Theft Auto 6 news. Tony?
So apparently, stuff came out. Grand Theft Auto 2 is going to have at least 2 playable characters, possibly 4. They haven't announced the 4 yet, but one is definitely going to be a female protagonist. It's going to be the first female protagonist in any Grand Theft Auto series that they've had so far.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. 6th main entry. We've had a couple side entries. I think that's cool. Switch things up. Get a new perspective on a story. I mean, yeah.
For some interesting quests, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And they also mentioned that it's not going to be a 3-city. They were talking about originally it being like a 3-city game to where you could explore like 3 different cities. Now they're actually going to condense it down into one, but apparently going to put a lot more effort into the single city.
Oh, interesting. I
DLC.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh, dude. Don't even get me started on that. We know this is probably going to be a game that's going to last for the next 3 to 4 generations. We're going to have
At the pace they're releasing games, they're going
at
to
least 30 years. At least 30 years.
Oh, at least, yeah. This is going to be a mass. My thing.
They also said that the online now is not going away at all, so they're going to keep that. I'm pretty sure they're just going to introduce things into the actual online that's going on now.
I mean, that's their moneymaker. They make a lot of money off of that, so why get rid of it?
Yeah, GTA Online, the money for that is absolutely insane. I remember seeing numbers like, I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but yeah, it's insane. Absolutely insane.
Microtransactions, baby.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
Hey,
it all started with horse armor.
Oh,
good times.
It did. Hey, you're right, though. You're right. Yeah, absolutely. So one of the other things that was announced was pretty cool. I'm a little mixed on how I feel, but they announced that they are going to do a Cyberpunk 2077 Netflix series.
You lost me at Netflix.
Right. I mean, I don't know. They pick up some stuff and do really good with it, but I mean, who was the one? Is it Netflix also doing the Fallout 76 series, or was that somebody else?
I think that was Netflix as well.
It feels like Netflix.
I think that was.
So it's like they're really putting a lot of eggs in that fucking. We're gonna do gaming shit basket, and I mean, they do good because
The Witcher's bomb. Yep, Witcher's bomb.
Witcher was good.
That's like one of like 5 good shows that Netflix puts out. So
all right, Mark, I have to disagree with that. However, I think
there's a few.
I think Netflix is becoming the Disney of streaming and just
very much.
Yeah, it blows me away. But
dumping money in, try to find stuff.
I have a personal that hit Netflix.
I see that. Yeah. I don't know. It could be cool. I don't know if it doesn't feel like it's quite deserving of a whole Netflix series right now. I'm not sure how I feel about that. A little strange. The game's cool. It had a lot of issues at launch. We know that. That's well known. So I don't know.
They should make that into the Netflix series where the actual show is glitchy and fucking like cars fall through buildings and shit. Like
yeah, dude, it was a mess. I played it on a new console, so I didn't have as many issues. But
same, yeah. On my PS5, it wasn't too bad. I had some stuff every now and then, but for the most part, it was enjoyable.
It was interesting for sure. So the Dragon Ball event in Fortnite. Thoughts on that?
I'm not a Fortnite fan.
My kids love Fortnite. I like Dragon Ball. They did take build mode out, so now you can play Fortnite without having to like shoot somebody and then shoot a fucking tower down.
I've been meaning to check it out since that feature kind of went away.
Goku can finally.
I don't think I played Fortnite since like 2019.
So according to what I was reading with the update, it's not just like Fortnite Dragon Ball characters in Fortnite. You're actually going to be able to like explore some of the Dragon Ball Z areas, like some of the islands and stuff. So you actually be able to go to like Dragon Ball Z world and do the melee or the fucking battle royale on that world. So that could be kind of neat to see.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah.
That is pretty
but I'm gonna have to wait like 3 hours for the update, so I'll start that tomorrow and play it next week.
Yeah, I don't have
it's probably a big one.
Yeah,
something else on the Fortnite front there. I guess there was a big in-game teaser that was Lord of the Rings related.
saw
I don't know much of the. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of the details. I think it's still kind of in a rumor status, but thought that was pretty neat. That would be something cool to see, and
So
this rate,
how they portray that in Fortnite.
yeah, I'm like certain that that's the case because the new Amazon series is about to launch, and they showed a teaser for
well,
that.
advertising.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the
so,
timing seems
I
correct.
don't. It feels
Yeah.
like eventually all of pop culture is going to be absorbed into Fortnite. That's what it feels like at this
yes.
rate.
It's
Yeah.
already doing it. It's
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
already
it
doing
really
it.
is.
Everything.
Okay.
It basically like Fortnite is the fucking pop of video game. It's the pop figures of video games.
It's
It feels like
crazy.
the only battle royale that's actually that's succeeding strong.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's still
weakening.
going. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be slowing down any because it's not the same. Like at least they add new shit, like all the characters and stuff. Whereas like Call of Duty, it's really just it's the same game, but here's a little skin for your character. Like
Yeah, pretty much.
if you log on to Fortnite now, there's so much different shit you can do besides just the Royale or just like the Save the World campaign. I think you can get on the like disc or whatever.
Yeah.
But that like
Oh, yeah.
it's a whole thing. Like you can create your own games to play, and it's almost like a what the hell is the one VR game? Rec Room. Like it's almost like a Rec Room with Fortnite stuff. So you can
Gotcha.
make your own games in it and just invite your friends in and do your thing.
Yeah, I know that Warzone is. I don't play either, and I don't even have them downloaded anymore. I used to play Warzone. However, I know that they are now trying to incorporate what Fortnite is doing and bringing pop culture stuff into it. I've been
Oh
seeing
yeah,
Really?
of
streams
course.
and stuff.
Hmm.
But
They've been on the fucking coattails of Fortnite forever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That I think
Just
those
try
are
to
the
take us with you.
yeah
Pretty
those
much
are the
just
two
right on the coattails.
the two battle royales that are succeeding.
I mean, that's definitely the two biggest for sure. I mean,
Mm.
you've got those hardcore Call of Duty guys that just won't play anything else.
But do people still play PUBG?
I'm sure
I like
people
PUBG.
do, but I don't
Yeah.
think I think the popularity for it's died out.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've tried out.
You
all
got like
of
your
them.
hardcore guys that have been playing it since like day one, and then it's hard to
Just
get
can't
that
give it
new
up.
crowd into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know people that are still playing the crap out of Call of Duty Mobile. I mean, like buying the back.
I sell
Oh,
car
gosh.
parts, and there's people in our lobby that play that shit on their phone. They'll be sitting there playing it on their phone just
I mean,
all
yeah.
day, and they're
They
waiting
got-
on their car.
Starving.
It's a time killer, really.
Yeah, they
It's
got.
a good,
Can't do
it's a
mobile.
genius market.
I know 4 people that play that and all got the backbone controller to play that. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, bunch of my friends at work got the backbone.
Yeah, yeah. I want to grab that PlayStation one we talked about last week for sure. I don't do mobile gaming, but I don't know, man. Something about that.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
can't, man. I got too much shit going on.
Isn't the backbone more? It's less mobile. More. It's like you're streaming it to your phone, so you can still play your PlayStation, just kind of like on the go. It's kind of like what a Steam Deck or a Stadia does. It's more
So
like
you can.
streaming.
It's basically a controller you can use for your phone
It's just
to
a
stream your
controller.
PlayStation to your phone and play it with an actual PlayStation feeling controller.
Right.
But
So
from my
it'll
understanding,
probably-
you can actually use it for your mobile games also. Like it Bluetooth directly to your phone for everything else
It does.
also.
Yeah,
Feels like if
essentially-
you don't have a good connection, that streaming probably isn't well.
Exactly. You got to have a good router at home and good internet, and wherever you're at has to have a great fucking internet service as well.
Yeah,
I
we
just feel like
just
that's
got
remote
the-
play in general.
We just got the #1 rated router from IGN. I got that router, and I still did tested out PlayStation streaming last night. I tried to do the Bionic Commando remake for PS3. Tried streaming it. It looked so blurry, so glitchy, dude. It's just not even playable. I've tried 4
Yeah.
games,
If
and
you don't have like high internet speed,
gotta
it's
have.
really
Yeah, I don't have
Exactly.
I don't have
because you need.
gigabyte
It's not.
speed.
It's more of the. I think it's more of the upload is the issue.
Yeah, it's your
It's usually
upload.
slower.
Yeah, I think we tested it last night. It was like 147. So
Yeah, it's really slow.
yeah, I don't know. But
I mean,
yeah.
your router will probably help, but yeah, you need to try to squeeze more bandwidth.
Yeah, I got you.
Use some of that fiber internet.
I don't know, man. That'd be nice for sure.
Gotta get that
Yeah.
fiber.
It just doesn't make sense how they lay it.
Yeah.
All right, so who's big Nintendo fans? Who likes the new Nintendo stuff?
Yeah,
New
we
Nintendo
all
Switch.
do.
Oh, the OLED.
No.
OLED's nice. So did
It's
you hear about
just
their
not-
packing though?
I thought
So apparently-
I didn't hear about the packing.
So apparently they're down in sales, so they're trying to up their sales, so they're making their packaging smaller. So if you got any original boxes, the new boxes are going to be apparently 20% less size of the old boxes.
I think
So they can pack more and sell more.
Okay.
I guess my only
Spend
issue
a little
would be-
less on paper.
Yeah,
Right.
trying to save that money really. My only issue with the OLED was it didn't really upgrade the hardware. It's just a slicker screen. So like, what's the point to upgrade, especially if you play on your TV half the time? If you're just getting a nicer portable screen, there's no more. I feel like the OLED would have sold better or would sell better if it had actual hardware upgrades. It's been like 4 or 5 years plus at this point.
Or storage or something. Like, come on.
More storage.
Or at least make the actual deck actually have hardware in it, so at the very least, when you plug it in, you can get full HD gaming out of it.
Well, to their defense, they did have the actual LAN port on the dock, and that's cool because the original one doesn't.
Oh yeah,
but that's not a huge
that's a hard
for most
that's a hard
people these
thing to
days.
sell. It's like, oh, we got
hard
a LAN
sell
cable.
just for.
Yeah, for you few people that still don't run wireless at home.
Yeah,
well, just hopefully they don't do like our new Android phones and the new Apple phones, and then the next series take the LAN dock away and then offer you a plug that you can buy separately for that.
Sure, they will.
You can buy this dock on the Nintendo Store separately if you don't want to buy the whole OLED, so that's always an option if you want to go for a direct connection.
That's cool. They do that.
Yeah.
It's just unless
nice to have an option.
The OLED if it's like your first Switch, that's like a guaranteed extra $50. But if you already have an old Switch, I don't see the incentive for most people to upgrade. That's just not
in that boat. I didn't
think
upgrade.
it's a big enough upgrade for most people, but if you're new to getting Switch, get an OLED. I love it. So.
Yeah, out the gate, I would definitely go with the newest one for sure.
For sure. Yeah, the screen's beautiful. I love OLED screens.
I guess the big question would be, what's Nintendo going to do? Are they just going to kind of do like with the Wii U, just like a better upgrade to that, something that's like the Switch 2.0 or something like that with their next console? Because you got to think it's
hard.
When it came out like 2016, 2017, when it came out, it's got to be.
Yeah.
They got to be pushing on another 2-3 years announcing the next hardware.
I think that.
So I think it's going to be at least a couple years out. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I think my thing is that they absolutely 100% need to make the Switch 2 or whatever the next hardware iteration is backwards compatible with the Switch games.
I think they will.
Absolutely.
I think the next system has to be similar, because with them axing the 3DS, they need to kind of keep that mobile market there.
Mm-hmm.
That on the go market. So it's gotta stay along that. I just feel like that's where Nintendo's going moving forward. It's a matter of what they're gonna do.
Seems like they're really big into bringing back the older games now, instead of really focusing on a really good new IP or something for the Switch. They're just like, oh, by the way, here's some more shit for you to play that you've already bought 3 times.
Right. Yeah.
I like their old games. I just wish they wouldn't
what the newest announcement. I think the newest announcement for the Retro 64 thing was Wave Race. So they got Wave Race 64 coming.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've got a copy of that already.
It's like, here's our virtual 64 game. You're gonna get a game a month. I'm like, I feel like they
I'm surprised we don't get those in bundled releases. One game a month or 2. Exactly. We did used to. They would drop 4 or 5 at once.
Yeah.
Just feel like they're putting the minimal amount of money. So they have
these are the ones that
people working on it at a time.
Because you have to pay for that premium service to even have access to it. So it's like I feel like they should be offering more. Exactly.
Out the gate. Yeah. Just don't here's 3 games. Give us money every month, and then we'll bring some more out when we can.
But you get the Animal Crossing expansion.
Oh, this is true. This is true.
Oh yeah, that was what a sell.
Yeah, for sure. I know. But they did say, I forget who said it was. It is reported that the Switch Pro or the successor will not be coming out next year.
So, right. Yeah, I did hear that. No, they have not announced. They're like, we're not talking about Switch Pro at all.
Yeah.
At this point, I feel like it's not going to be. If it's a Switch Pro, is going to be the next thing. That's going to be the full hardware upgrade to the Switch. It would
have to be. Yeah. There's nothing else you can do, because you've already taken it down to its little small version.
Yeah.
So it's like, give us some good hardware now.
There's been 4 iterations of the Switch. We've gotten the V1, V2, OLED, and the Lite. So
Lite, yeah.
The OLED's probably the last iteration of the current form. Probably going to see.
Yeah, that's kind of what I hope. Honestly, the whole mid-generational release thing and pros and the 2.0. I kind of hate that. I wish it would just. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
but
give me the next.
It makes money, so they're going to keep doing it.
No. I just.
It bothers me.
Yeah, it does. It does me too.
on the top we were just talking about, what are you guys' thoughts on Wave Race 64?
I mean, I played the shit out of that game back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Same.
can't
We
even.
played Wave Race a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, so
such a
much.
good game, dude.
I diving, like
Yep.
you jump the wave
Yep,
and
coming
dive
down.
under.
Yep.
So
Go
good.
right down and come up. That was nice.
Yeah, I think that was a game that really showcased the 64's ability to, show 3D and what it could
definitely.
do for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah, that is cool. It's just disappointing that it's one game, and a lot of
Yeah.
people are like, oh, it's Wave Race. Well, I mean, they haven't given it a chance, so you really got to play it to check it out. I will say,
So what's something you would wait for? Like what's something you'd be excited to see next come to that
like
N64
wise,
serves?
Probably some of the more expensive games. I really would like to see Quest 64 on there. I would absolutely love that. I don't for sure like. Let me think here. There's some weird ones I like that people don't really talk about, like Battle Tanks. The
Those were
Army,
fun.
Oh,
Both of those were good.
that's a really good game. I
the
played the
Army
shit out of that.
Men games on there. Now I know licensed.
I like
Army
the
Men were
Army
good.
Men. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a classic. Take me back.
Like weird ones. That's what I would want, but I know that's not going to happen unless it's like.
I think they should come out with more like a party game. So like
Yeah.
do the something you
Mario
can play
Party.
online with other people through the
Mhm.
64 games.
I
That
agree.
would be cool as shit.
You know what we need, since Nintendo and Microsoft have seemed to be playing nice recently? We need just all of Rare's old games put out
Please
digitally.
put
All of
Conquer
them.
on there. Please
All
put
of them.
Conquer.
At the
Yeah,
very
just like
least,
the library.
because they did the Rare release, but you're playing like 64 games with like a Xbox controller when they were designed to play with a 64 controller.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because some of my
Yeah.
best games, I think one of the more rare games that I played the crap out of called Jet Force Gemini. It's another rare
Yep.
game. Played the
Mhm,
crap out of that, but it
Me and
just
you
doesn't.
played all the
It didn't.
time.
It didn't play the. Yeah, it doesn't play the same on a on an Xbox.
Yeah, it doesn't
controller.
translate. It's like
Yeah.
trying to play South Park on 64 with a new age controller. Just not going to work.
Yeah.
That's like my only wish, which is probably a long shot.
Well, you have that option. You can get the 64 online controller.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that up.
I need to get
somewhere.
one of those still.
Yeah, I got it up somewhere, but I don't have it open because I'm stupid, and
Yeah,
that's what
I've
happens when you
snagged
collect
the other
rare.
ones back when
Speaking
they
of
dropped.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
if I don't get any news on Metroid Prime 4, I'm gonna lose my mind at the end of this year.
We're
It's been-
overdue
It's
for
been
some.
torture.
Yeah.
Like the whole life of the Switch.
They know it. They
like,
know
hey,
it.
it's coming. We're gonna cancel it, and they're like, "Oh, we're just never gonna talk about it until it comes out." I'm like, "You're killing me."
That's been
They know what they're
going on.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's that was like the worst news. Like 2 years in, like, "Oh, we're restarting development." I'm like, "You're killing me."
Oh,
I'm like, the
no.
studio, you're going back to
They gave us a
Is it
title
retro?
screen. They gave us the Metroid Prime 4 logo.
Yeah, that was it. When, like,
Yeah, we got a logo.
2016.
Saw some text.
What was that, like 3-4 years ago at this point?
It was like around
Yeah.
2016, the first year of the Switch, because they were like, "Hey,
Mhm.
we're doing this development," and it was like around 2018, like early 2018, when they said, "Hey, we're scrapping development, and starting
Yes,
over."
they axed it.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
was-
the issue there.
Which just
That was
and you're
sad.
probably looking at a full 4 years of development for it, anyways. So
Yeah, so what would your thoughts be if they pushed it as more of like an open world style Metroid Prime game?
I just
That'd be
don't.
cool.
I
mean,
so too.
I
It
play it.
kind of already is kind of like an open world. I
Corruption
mean, the Prime
was
games
kinda
were a
like
little
that.
different. It's just kind of hard because I think they should stick with what they did for at least the first 2 games. I wasn't the biggest fan of Metroid Prime 3
Oh,
personally. I thought there was too much story compared to
favorite
the
of the
traditional
three.
Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
you're on a planet, you can't leave, and there's just really nobody to interact with, and you got to find a bunch of hidden stuff. That's like classic. That's why I liked really the first 2 games. There's a story there, but it's not really the focus of it.
You kind of got to
more just-
dig to get to the story and then just
Yeah.
play the game if you
You
like
have
playing
to
the game.
find all the all the different things that tell you the lore of what's going on. So
Right.
It's like the core of what Metroid is,
yeah,
though.
it really is. That's
It's like this idea of like isolation, like you're alone on this planet. And
I'm
you got to figure
very-
out what's going on.
very weird that Metroid Prime Hunters and 3 are my favorite of the series. Probably Hunters more. I really enjoyed that game, but I think it's a nostalgia thing. I don't know. I really.
Then, like I'm one of the weird ones because my favorite 2D is the handheld one that I played on was it Fusion? Just because I played the crap ton as a kid because it's the game I had.
That was tech.
I just got dreads and I need to play it.
In the timeline. Yeah.
Dude, you gotta play.
Wait like 20 years, like all right, what happens next?
Dude, I'm saying Dread is so good, and
I still haven't started it up.
Oh, you have to, man. So good. I
Hmm.
promise you have an
So
excellent
many
time.
games to play.
I know there is. It really is. But if it's Nintendo, I push it to the front of the list.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's
Take it
how
on
I am.
top.
But yeah, I mean, for sure, I think that, that's kind of crazy. So one of the other things that we were talking about, rumor Ubisoft is developing a Blade game for Marvel. What's your thoughts on that?
I want to play it. I want to see what they do with it. Like if they do it right, it could be good. I really like Blade as a character. I really like the original Blade movies.
Who
Yeah.
played?
Lots of potential.
The first
What's the actor's name from the Blade
Wesley
movies from the
Snipes.
'90s?
Wesley
Yo, they
Snipes.
need
Snipes
Wesley
is the
Snipes
original
to-
Blade.
Yeah,
He needs to voice act that character.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to actually
I
keep
know.
because it's another Netflix series, right? Isn't it Netflix doing Blade? Oh, it's
Yep.
actually Marvel, isn't it? Sorry, Marvel's
yeah,
doing
it's Marvel.
Blade.
It's a Marvel.
That'll be
Yeah. So, and who's the actor?
Disney.
You know the actor?
Uh,
I need to get my buddy back in the podcast now. We're talking about some movies and shit because he's all about that.
yeah, I think that'd be really interesting. I love the first two Blade movies.
But yeah, I want to
Lots of
like
potential.
the Wolverine game, the Blade game. I mean, I would get into those.
Yeah, I would too, for sure. Yeah,
Definitely.
that would be really cool. I'm a big Marvel fan. I don't keep up with like any of the stuff on comics, but
They need to do a Blade in VR though.
Hey,
Samurai sword in
that'd be
VR.
tight.
Like, come on.
Speaking
Can I
of
just
Let me
destroy
see
my
my
living
body.
room?
I want to see myself as Blade. I don't want
Be
to
a
look down and see a
vampire.
floating. I don't want to see look down and see
Bite
a
a
floating
neck.
head with some arms floating.
Get to
You know, I
bite a
think-
neck in VR.
yeah,
You need to get VR to the point where it's more like a Neuralink type thing. I think that's what would really help VR.
My problem is the
I want to
frame
experience it. I want to
rate
feel
being so low in games, man. I don't know.
That's a developer problem.
Yeah. I know.
Well, half developer, half hardware. The only way
the money to
VR
put into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But speaking of VR, somebody is working on, or I think already created a Metal Gear Solid mod following like the first game in the series. So that's pretty interesting. That's something I hadn't heard about.
Oh yeah, I did remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
First three scenes, I believe, of the game you can play through, and it uses the Boneworks, like the Boneworks core.
Interesting.
There's
that'd
an
be cool.
absolutely amazing user-made community out there with VR stuff. I mean, I have seen some ridiculous things that guys just write on their own. It's really cool. Really cool.
Yeah, big fan of my Quest 2 when I got it. Now my son's taking it over, and I never get to play it anymore. But it's like there's so much shit on like side quests that you can just download for free and play that people make, and it's just like, here, try our game, check it out. And
so much stuff.
It reminds me a lot of like Dreams for PS4, where you could make your own games in Dreams and have people test it out.
Yeah.
You know, and there's some great games in there and some amazing scenes that people make that, you know, have gotten jobs from that stuff. So it's like, it's really cool to see like people making their own VR games and actually getting into companies to make their own product that way.
Isn't there a game, as far as like making your own game, like within a game, getting a little Inception there? I think there's like I see it on Steam, like RPG Maker, where it has the tools and you make like a standard like your own game layout and stuff like that.
There was like one like PS1, I believe, right? Isn't it PS1 that they have RPG
really
Maker? Yeah,
There is.
They're really
quite impressive.
Yeah,
quite impressive little games where you make games.
You figured people's always wanted to do their own shit, and if you can give them access to tools to do it, you know, and it's easy to pick up on and play with. To make your own stuff, people are going to do it, and that, you know, people got time. Shit, I don't, but people do.
Right. Yeah.
Trying to get noticed by a studio.
I'll try to find the time.
Exactly.
I remember back in the day, there were guys that were hosting small private servers where you could upload your games that you made with the original RPG Maker on PS1. Like you could upload and share
Play through
them
other
online.
people's RPGs. That'd be cool.
Like, you know, circa 1998. Yeah, it was super cool when we found that. Of course, we didn't have the hardware to download it and get it to play them, but just finding it's like, wow, this is neat.
Especially for the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I played there's actually there's been recently another RPG Maker release, so that was a cool checkout, but I know that I wouldn't be able to dedicate the time to do it, and it just sounds too complicated for me.
Lots of time.
I tried with a Dreams game. I tried to get in there and like just to kind of learn a little bit of that and like make a scene or whatever. and man, it was insane. Like
Yeah.
it would take like 40 hours a week just to learn how to do that shit because
it's cool that people are
they
able to
got the
do
little
that.
VR controllers and moving
Mhm.
around and like it was cool, but I'm just like I'll play your stuff and rate you on it. Let me give you that thumbs up.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So something that might interest you, Mark. Resolution Games is working on a mech soccer game called Ultimex, I believe, and essentially it's taking like a mashing things together. Mech soccer. It reminds me of like Rocket League style thing.
That's what it feels like a match between like rock. It's like mixture between Rocket League and FIFA with like giant robots and there's soccer.
I'd like to
That's
try
what it feels
that.
like. The concept is.
I would like to try that. That sounds kind of fun. I enjoyed Rocket
Check
League.
it out.
Yeah.
I still play it. Terrible at it.
Yeah,
They need to make a Mutant League Soccer.
Oh, dude.
I tried to like
Yes.
Rocket League. It was neat. I just was no good at it.
I wasn't
You-
either.
Oh my
That's
God.
why I don't play.
By the time I
takes
got
a-
into it, people were just insane. I mean, they could
Mhm.
fly their fucking car through the damn map, and I'm like, how are you doing that?
Yeah,
It's
that's why
a
I
game
can't
that
play.
like the bar to entry is really low, but the skill ceiling is extremely high. Like I've got between like PC and console, I'm probably pushing close to 2,000 hours on that game, and I'm still like mid tier essentially
Right.
because there's only so much you can do because I can only devote so much time to the game.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
But
You watch people play that shit professionally, and it's like, how do you do that? Like, I
Every
don't understand how you
update, they're
do
like,
that.
"Oh, with this new thing, now I can figure out how the what's the right word? The physics of the game feels like it changes every major update, and it opens up new things for at least the pro level, the high level people they can do. Some of the stuff's really insane. It's like a lot of very very mechanical. It's interesting, especially if you watch how they actually hold the controllers and play it. I think it's impressive.
Oh yeah, like
to watch.
you get some weird
It's
claw
one of,
grip
like,
thing.
the-
Like,
I think as far as like esports goes, Rocket League would be like one of the easier entries because it's really simple. It's not like you're watching Dota where there's a lot going on. You're like, I don't know what's going on. It's just like car soccer. You got put the ball in the net. It's really
Hit the
simple
ball
to watch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now how you get that ball to the net? That's where it gets impressive.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Especially watching people play in teams and pairs, like people that play together on a regular basis, because like you pick up on your teammate, you know what they're doing, so you can pass it, or like like it's just crazy watching them actually like be together and play as like a cohesive team.
And it's even more interesting like when you play the game because you're like, all right, I kind of get what they're doing. I'm like, oh yeah, they're doing something different. And you try to like implement that into your gameplay, and they're like, all right, I suck at this game.
It's
Not as good as I thought I was.
Yeah, right.
It's supposed to
Point
be
in case.
a free to play game, so that'll be interesting.
What is it?
That is supposed to be a free to play game, so it'll be similar. I mean, Rocket League has like.
Oh yeah, the mech soccer is a free to play.
Yeah, available on all the VR stuff. So that's
Ultimate.
Yeah, Ultimate. Okay.
See, it sounds like a robot fighting game.
It does. I agree.
Robot soccer.
You should just call it fucking robot soccer. Like, come on, man.
I won't be able to.
You got what 100-foot robot golf?
Even better. Instead of going after the ball, I just want to like full Nelson somebody on the field. No rules.
Sock 'em robot style.
Dude, speaking of which, we got a game on the Switch. It was on sale for $1.99, and it's a Rock'em Sock'em robot game, like knockoff. So bad, one of the worst games I've ever played. That you have to play.
$2 game.
You gotta get
makes sense.
It's got to be good. It's got to be good.
Good investment.
You were just doing this. That's what they do. They go. That's all you do. 2 punches. Move around, and you're like, I mean, it's so dumb. Oh, it was the funniest thing ever. I forget what it's called. We just played it like 2 days.
It's a good like 2 hours. You could kill it. Like, I'll never play this game again.
Dude. No, 10 minutes max. I promise you. I promise.
Well, all right. Speaking of the free to play, but costs a lot of money to actually own it all. How about that Multiverse? Who's played it?
I haven't heard of it.
Multiverse.
What is it?
Yeah.
Multiverses.
Multiverses.
It is a Smash Brothers clone that WB made, and they've licensed out, or they've got
everybody.
Everybody. I mean, I played.
That's like a Marvel type thing. DC.
No.
You got like Shaggy. You got like Shaggy and fucking Scooby.
It's Batman and Shaggy.
Yeah,
you got like is Cat Dog in it? I believe Cat Dog. Like you got stupid. No, that's the Nintendo. The Nintendo All Star.
Anya Stark. What?
Yes. Yeah. Keep looking because it gets ridiculous.
Dude,
keep looking.
We should try it out after the podcast. All of us. It'll be a lot of fun. It was
I could download it, but it's gonna take a while.
Oh man, start that now. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a little, I
right.
did an update yesterday.
Count it down.
It's,
I don't have that issue. I can probably download it in like pretty
Dude, Mark,
quickly.
do it.
I'm jealous.
We're
I'm
gonna play.
jealous.
Fiber in the
It
house.
took me 23 minutes
Right.
to do the update.
Bring my
Fiber
fiber over here.
Yeah.
One of the
So,
benefits of living near an interstate.
one of the
Well, hey,
other announcements was Mega Drive 2 / Genesis 2. They showed the full list of all the games,
Get that
everything
full
that's going
list.
on, and it is going to be released in European region. So, yeah, I mean, they showed all the games. Pretty cool. I thought it was weird that they chose to put Night Trap on there. However,
Well,
I guess it sort of makes sense.
that was interesting. Well, something else to consider. It also seems a little odd because some of the entries of particular games that they chose to put on it, but I think that they kind of took into account the game list from the first Genesis as far as the ones to put on to this one.
Yeah.
So once because I was like, wait, why do they pick Rolling Thunder 2 and not, a few instances of that, but it kind of
Like they
started to
did the
click
first
in.
one.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
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 Mhm.
List was a
Shining Force CD.
yes. Shining Force CD. There was another one though that was a pretty expensive game. I think is a Genesis title. I meant to pull that list up.
Senti, Crusader of
Yes,
Senti.
yes, yeah, because I know I'll never own that card. I'm not paying $800
No,
for just the card. So
no.
I was
yeah,
gonna
Yeah,
say,
Some of that shit's retarded.
and
yeah,
that's
that'll be a
it's
great
essentially
way to
just a
play.
Zelda clone. So I mean, you really, go play Link to the Past if you have the $800, whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
that one's probably the most exciting, and then definitely Shining Force CD. That'll be
But
nice to be able to play.
I also like that they chose the version of Echo the Dolphin that's from Sega CD as opposed to the Genesis
Yeah,
version of it being on
yeah,
there. That's really cool.
Some
that
big
is cool.
differences in the two.
Yeah, there is, and if you're going to play, I'm not a fan, but if you're going to play, that's the one to play.
Yeah, it is.
So
I had
what is some of the big differences?
It's
um
mostly the music,
yeah, it's the music.
and then
Okay.
I want to say the way that some of the end stages, the end parts of the stages are built, they're a little more animated.
Yeah, things are have more animation to them. There's more
Yeah.
stuff going on, so it's
Mhm.
really like minor differences, I guess. But it is the better version, so it's cool it chose that one. I don't know, man. But
yo,
yeah,
it's done.
It's just so weird how you have to go about ordering one. I mean, if
oh,
the
I know.
so many people are going to miss out on this
Yes.
because they are thinking that that one on Amazon Japan is not the one for the US. They're like, "Oh, we're going to wait until it comes out on Amazon US's site,"
Yeah.
but it's not going to.
Yeah. Very
So it's
weird.
actually the Japan site, but it's the US version of the console.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and they've literally
Breaking news on
changed
Game Junction podcast.
Well,
Go
yeah,
to
and it's
fucking Japanese Amazon and order your damn Mega Drive 2.
It just sucks.
Yeah.
You got to make a
like
second. You have to make a second Amazon account for that.
yes,
Yeah,
you
you do. You
do.
do.
You do.
It's
But
the one negative. But
they've
yeah,
changed the actual title of that console now, and it even says like this is USA Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
Like that is
It
like
says
the
same on the
title
Shit,
of
so
the
they
inside.
try to make
item.
it so you know.
Mm-hmm.
USA Sega Genesis only available to the Japanese market. Perfect
Yeah,
sense.
makes
Right.
sense, right?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
weird.
So I feel bad because I know a lot of people are going to miss out on
Oh
this.
yeah.
I wrote it off for 2 days because I'm like, that's not right. That's not right. And then
I did
finally I
the same
read more
thing.
and it's like, okay, shit, that is right. Let me order it real quick.
You got one? That's cool.
You
Yeah,
got lucky.
Hmm
I did the same thing as you, but I didn't end up ordering one because I thought that we were
Oh,
going to get ours released here. So
I mean,
that is a bummer.
well,
It happens. Hey, I
well,
mean, there's
you come down and hang out and come play mine with me.
all right, shit. We'll do that. Sounds good. All
Yeah,
right.
take a weekend. Come
That's
down,
right.
we'll treat you a nice weekend.
We're going to work on doing that. So one of the other
Road
announcements,
trip.
road
Right.
trip. Yeah, Mark's got to get involved too, though. Out in the middle of
It's a long
nowhere.
drive. It's like a 20-hour drive.
I know.
Where you at, Mark? Come on now.
I'm in Southwest Wyoming. It's nothing
Oh
here.
shit.
You're out there.
Yeah.
And you
You are
got
out there,
fiber, and I'm
sir.
close to fucking Athens, and I can't even get fiber. This is some bullshit.
The crazy thing about that
It
is
doesn't make sense to me.
Mark used to live down the street from me. So
look at there.
yeah,
It's
childhood
like
friend.
literally a block away.
Yeah, a childhood friend. I don't think we've talked about that, but yeah. So one of the other announcements was Rendering Ranger R2 is getting a physical release on the Super Nintendo. That's pretty cool.
That's a little late in there to the party.
What was it? There was something else that did that recently, though, right? There was something. Was a Super Nintendo had a release, or like a regular Nintendo game that came out recently?
No,
like an
Super
official
Nintendo
release.
did. Yeah, there was well, if you're talking
Or
about like
I have it in
limited
64.
run, limited run just
Well-
did Worms on the 64.
One of the big things was when Analog, when they released the Super NT,
Yeah.
they had got their hands on that unreleased ROM of the other Turrican game.
Oh yeah.
And
that may have been what I'm
Mega
thinking of.
Turrican, or what was that one?
well, I think it's Super Turrican 2,
Okay, all right.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't think right now, but I know that was a big thing when they did that was unofficially released, and they were kind of like, hey, we're going to include it on your Super NT pre-installed.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, that was cool that they did that. I've gotten a few of the like re-release cartridges for retro stuff. I picked up a couple from Limited Run that they did for Game Boy. I know one of them was I can't remember what it's called. Something Penguin. What is that? Can't remember that one.
Yes.
Yeah,
What is that one?
Yeah, there's a few of them. There's also one, Spanky's Quest. I got that as well. Yeah, I've got a few. There's something on Super Nintendo I got somewhere that came out a couple years ago. So I think it's cool. I mean, it's more of a novelty thing, really, but it's cool. I mean,
Always cool how you can get that official release for something that hasn't been out forever.
Exactly. And in the case of Rendering Ranger, I mean, even Japanese copies of that game are damn expensive. I mean, that's like a $500 cartridge.
Right. That's why I'm super happy about one of the announcements we haven't talked about yet. They are releasing Gimmick, a special edition, on the Switch and the other consoles. I'm excited about this. I can't even explain the excitement about this. This is funny. I just played
Check
it
him out right behind
him. 2 weeks ago, I played it for the first time, an official Famicom release cartridge. Oh, okay. All right, you're funny.
Nice.
You got Mr. Gimmick.
Indeed.
So yeah,
Famicom cartridge.
It did come out on the NES, but they changed the title to Mr. Gimmick. So they are sticking with the Famicom release title, which is cool. I think it's cool.
I think so too.
Yeah. I put out some content a few weeks ago about playing Gimmick for the first time. I had no idea the price was what it was. So after getting to play it, and we played through the whole game. We beat it in maybe 30 minutes. But the cool thing about this is that it isn't going to be like a full price title. I believe it's going to be either a $30 or $40 title, and then it also does have additional content. So you're getting to play a game that is, I can't remember the price, but I know it's something crazy like $1,200 complete in box on the Famicom. That my friend brought it over. Yeah, he brought it over, and he has it complete in box on the Famicom. And he's like, yeah, I have 5 copies of this, and I sold one of them for $1,300. I'm like, okay. All right, yeah, and he legitimately did. He showed me the picture of having 5 of them. I'm like, okay, I did not know this was that expensive. So, very, very excited about this one. I am definitely going to pre-order it as soon as I can.
Who's handling it again?
Gosh, I can't remember who's doing that. I can look that up, but I do know that, yeah, like I said, it's going to have additional content. It's cool that people will have access to the game and not have to, most people can't pay the price for Gimmick, so.
Oh yeah,
that price, yeah.
Have any of you guys played Gimmick?
No.
I've not.
No. So
I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
It's very interesting, very cool for like what that console could do.
Yeah, it seems like it could have been a 16-bit game.
It definitely could have been.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful game. Beautiful.
So did it come out in like the early life of the console, or was it towards the end? I'm assuming if they had that good stuff in it.
It was.
It's usually when like the best games come out, man, because they like everybody's used the hardware to its extent, and they know where they can push it to make it work great.
It was one of the later release titles. I do know that for sure, but I can't tell you a year off the top of my head.
I think it was 96.
Actually, we were wrong.
It was pretty late.
It came out in 92.
Damn, so it was an early
It's
game.
an early game.
Well-
Okay, yeah. A
That's
Sunsoft
really good.
early game original platformer that came out in 1992. Wow. Okay, so it was an
Yeah,
early
in
title
Japan, 92.
on the Famicom. Now the NES, I have no idea on that one. But
Well, now in its defense, 92 for the Famicom. I mean, that was kind of later.
it came out in '89, correct? So 3 years.
No, it was before. What was it again?
Okay, I could be totally wrong on the Famicom.
When didn't buy 92 the Super Famicom? I can't speak. Super Famicom would have been out by then.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Years. Okay.
Yeah. Famicom dropped in 1983.
Yeah, so it would have been in the end of the life cycle.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah. Still though,
Sense.
it's a cool game. It's essentially like it's like Kirby, but it also has puzzle mechanics, sort of with the way that you move in the game. It's just a must play title. I'm telling you, every one of you would enjoy it if you like 2D platformers and you like.
It really looks like a Nintendo game.
It's so good. Yeah.
It looks like a Mario. At least some of the screenshots looks like a Mario knockoff to some degree, but it.
Well, this may be people might not like it, but I think that that could definitely go head to head with some of the early Mario titles for sure. I think it.
Oh, no, I think so too.
Yeah, I think it. It kind of pushes at least Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2 out of the way a little bit. Definitely is more of a competition with Super Mario Bros. 3. So it's a very fun title. Everybody here would enjoy it. So definitely check that one out when it's coming out. I do know Logitech is entering the portable gaming scene.
Want
This is
to?
interesting.
Try to water this down. It doesn't seem like it's going to be successful.
A Steam Deck.
What the hell are they going to try to do?
Competing
They
with
wanna
both Nintendo and now Steam,
Yeah.
Valve, it feels like a hard market to break into.
Oh,
It does.
yeah. I think it's.
I just want a Shield portable. I want
competing-
portable too.
Competing with Nintendo on portable on anything is like a daunting task. They've dominated it for like 30 years at this point.
Ever?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
or
since
ever.
it came out.
I mean, that's
I feel
the
like-
whole reason that fucking PlayStation decided to bow out of the handheld market, because Nintendo literally is dominating that.
Yeah, it's choked them out. They just couldn't get into it.
I'm sad about that.
Even though I would much rather play a PlayStation on the go.
I don't know.
I feel like Nintendo knows how to make games. Like PlayStation was trying to make an actual PlayStation 2 game on a handheld, which especially at the time you couldn't work. Nintendo
You had to dumb it down
made
too much.
good games within the limitations of the hardware, and they just make good games.
My opinion is it's just
Agreed.
Just Pokemon. That's my opinion. Pokemon is on the
Pokemon.
Nintendo handhelds.
Definitely helped them solidify
That
the
will-
market.
That will carry them a long way.
Got that Pokemon craze in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah. I mean, it's still going on now. So, yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
my opinion. I think that completely knocked it out, along with probably like maybe Animal Crossing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to compete with
I mean,
Nintendo.
And now the whole Nintendo library is portable, so compete with that.
Mhm. The only thing unless they can really, come out swinging strong with like a extremely low price point, that's the only thing I can really see.
What kind of games are you going to have? Like, who are they partnering with? There's just going to be other third-party games on it, essentially.
Maybe you're like, here's something fancy to run retro
Are
art on.
they developing their own games now? Are they going to take 20 years to, make an establishment, throw a lot of money at it?
Well, I guess that would be a thought. Are they going to do a proprietary type of media, or just be like, hey, just put out whatever you want on it?
I just feel like
Android.
I just feel like it's destined to fail because the market's already cornered, essentially.
So are
You're just trying to follow the fad.
Shane, are you saying like a physical cartridge, like a physical game? Is that what you're saying, or?
Well, no, I guess more or less if they're wanting to have some of their own first party titles,
gotcha,
maybe like an attempt at an exclusive, which
That's
that would
like a brand new. It feels like a brand new gaming console trying to come up at this point. It just feels like it's
need to do.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't think you could bring out a new console.
Put out a Metal Gear on it and it's sold. Because I'm the first buyer.
Not a bad idea.
Only if it's a good Metal Gear game.
Man, I don't know. Really,
The last one they put out was pretty bad.
Yeah. That was the worst in my opinion.
Nobody liked it.
There's also one on the PSP. It was like a card game or something stupid. I can't remember.
Oh,
It's called
Acid.
Metal Gear
Acid.
Yes, Metal Gear
Mhm.
Acid. Yeah, that
And there were like 2 or 3 of those actually. Yeah, they were.
Everybody's got to throw a card game into their mix.
Mm-hmm.
If they have a good series, they're like, well, let's put a fucking card game in it.
No. Yeah, I didn't like that
Fucking
one. I didn't
Kingdom
know there was
Hearts.
more.
Shit, you could just start naming them.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially.
So So here to swing us toward, we actually had a question in the chat that I had completely forgotten about that we should definitely discuss. Embracer wanting to buy limited run games.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
How
did hear
about
that.
that? Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
I did hear that.
you know, Josh and Doug are probably like, woo!
Let's go, money.
You know those two are.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
I don't know. That's a weird
I'll
one.
be the first to say that the limited run games model that they use nowadays, I'm not a fan of at all.
Not either.
I like their old models where they did like 1, maybe 2 releases a month.
Vita days. That's what I
When
liked.
when they went up for order, you ordered and paid for your shit. You got tracking numbers in like 5 or 6 days, and it was in the mail headed towards you. Because
Right.
now
It was ready
it's
to
just
go
like
instead of like a pre-order and wait for it fucking 6-8 months. Like,
Dude,
we're gonna do it at some point.
it's like a glamorous way of crowdfunding almost. And I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely like
makes
some of the
sense.
stuff that they release, but I don't really like how they work the model now, because it's like, you guys made that model work when you were nobody.
Yeah.
When you did not have any money, y'all made this model work by pre-producing. So
Now they can make
keep
money
doing
by
that
being
shit.
bought out.
See, the weird thing is with
Ditch
limited
Digger's on the
runs-
same page.
I
Yeah.
mean,
He says ordering and waiting 6 months to a year is crazy.
yeah, no, it's not. It's
If
kind of not.
it makes some money though, I mean, why change?
Yeah, this is true. But it makes me wonder, like, with them having like the physical storefronts now that they,
Yes.
because I think it's just the one location, I believe.
One, yeah, there's one.
It's here,
currently.
right? It's
They're
down
working
here
on
in
2
Georgia,
more.
right?
No, it's in North
Yeah,
Carolina.
North
North Carolina. Okay, I knew it was close by down this way.
They have.
Well, aren't
Yeah.
they
2 more.
buying actual retro games to sell on their storefront
Yes.
now? It's not
They
just
are
like
now.
on their
Yeah.
own shit. They're actually like, we'll take in your old games and resell them to you.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, they're trying to jump into that market. I don't know. It seems a little weird. One of my issues, I have a lot of issues with Limited Run. I have liked and bought a lot of things from them, but one of my big issues is that they had games that were sold out. There was none left. A ton of them at the store.
In the shop, on the shelf.
Vita
Yep.
Right.
games. They had Vita
Yep.
games.
Been sold out for over a year of
Yeah.
these
Oh,
things.
But they're
Some
selling
of
them
these
local
were
in store. Yeah,
It's-
come to the store and get them.
Yeah, some
Because
of
they
these
continue
were
to
Vita games.
advertise, defeats the purpose of it. It's a limited run, and they don't want to advertise they're not selling games. It looks bad for business. So
Exactly.
That's true.
That makes
Good point
sense.
there.
That feels like 100% like a business decision. Well, we didn't sell it, but we'll just put it
We
in the
ran out
store.
online. We'll just
Yeah.
keep it over here on the shelf.
Yeah.
That way, in case somebody walks in and sees it, they can still buy it.
Yeah, we are sold out of our
That's that marketing
allocated
genius right
amount
there.
that we decided to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
online. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand some of their decision making. They do a lot
It's
of
a
weird
business
things.
decision.
But I can't completely hate, because again, like, I definitely do appreciate some of the stuff that we've gotten from them and that they still do drop. But again, their model is way different now, and I guess I would be curious to know how with new ownership that would change potentially.
I mean, it might change very little. It just be, hey, we're buying your company because we see it makes money. It's just bigger companies acquiring those companies, not really changing a whole lot.
Yeah, just let it run the way it has.
I think
just makes them money now.
I think that's the case. I heard something about this is happening to be able to use an engine for game development. And so I think essentially
Possible.
the business deal is that the structure of Limited Run is going to stay the way that it is, but they're going to incorporate the engine that they're using for
Help them produce more and faster, probably.
produce more games. Yeah.
Right.
So,
A little more staffing. They'll probably have more of a staff that they could use,
I mean,
and fall back on versus, just a couple little people doing it.
it's one of the benefits of being bought out. It could be an influx of more cash and everything else.
Well, so that brings up a good point too, like you're mentioning, Brandon, because you're right. So Limited Run, they own the rights to that piece of software that they use for reverse engineering, like NES and Super NES games and stuff. So I guess that will also no longer be theirs. That will move to this new company. So
they want to use that. So they
what
bought them out.
what will they want to produce for us? What kind of games will they want?
Is it going to be like a separate thing though? Or are you going to have like your Limited Run and then you're going to have the other company also? Or are they going to just like merge into like one?
I don't.
Or is this company just going to
unit,
buy them out and just not care? I mean,
yeah, right. We're going to buy you out, give you all the money and shit you need, and then you just do your own thing still.
Yeah, as long as
put
you
our
make us
name on
money. And then you
put a
pull
little
an
stamp
EA,
on the front cover.
pull an EA, you don't make us money, we're just going to close you down now. We're going to open up a different studio.
Yep.
Ooh, don't
That's,
say
that's
that.
that's the fear of acquisitions, which seems to be happening a lot today.
Limited Run has a rabid fan base. They also have a lot of haters too, so it's a mix.
They do.
Everybody's got haters.
Oh yeah. There's I think I'm in probably like 4 or 5. I'm not really intentionally just following some of the stuff. Like
Oh yeah.
several Limited Run groups on Facebook.
Yeah. There's an actual group that's, I think the group is called Limited Run Resellers.
Yes.
And it's apparently a page of just guys that apparently only buy that shit to resell it.
To resell it.
Yep.
It sounds like a scalper to me, but
I've only got like 3 limited run things, and they just been stuff that I've gotten in a trade or like given to me in like a Secret Santa gift or something like that from one of the gaming groups I'm in. But like I don't seek it out. I don't buy it because it's like it's cool and all, but that cool shit's just gonna sit on my shelf and I'm not gonna do anything with it. Like
that's the issue with what is it that died out? I thought Limited Runs was going to kind of go the way of like those gaming loot boxes.
Oh yeah,
it's been something new and exciting.
Yeah.
And it really give you a bunch of crap.
That's my last Limited Run acquisition. The Vita.
Game is it? Because I can't see it.
Yeah, Super Meat Boy.
Yes.
Oh no, it was just like super blurry and it was like really, the plastic was kind of reflective. I can't see.
Well, yeah, it's like impossible because it is in a package trying to be meat. I don't know how else to show it.
Oh, okay.
I see it now. I just didn't know.
Oh, it's like in a cellophane package, like you would get like a pound of hamburger meat in.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Neat.
Yeah,
nice. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat.
I will say the other one for that, I didn't pre-order that one. I got that in a trade, but the last one I got, I waited 13 months for, and that was.
See, like I would done forgot about it. I would literally forget about it.
What is this package?
You can't forget about this one. It was the Scott Pilgrim Giant Collector Set.
Oh,
yeah. Waited 13 months, so that was one that I was like, I really wanted that. I love that game.
See, I typically don't buy like those big collector sets of anything. This is the first time I've done anything like that recently. Shane helped me out and got me a pre-order for the new God of War.
Oh yeah.
The what is it? Jungtar edition with the big fucking
Jungtar
hammer. Jungtar. Yeah, so it's like I'm gonna get that one, and I
well.
literally just gonna put it in the closet. I don't even want to open it. Like I don't even want to open that shit. It doesn't even come with the physical game.
It doesn't come with.
You get a download.
That's like bullshit right there.
Yeah, you get a steel book. You get the steel book for it with that version, but then you have to buy the actual disc separately, or you can use the download code. So it's like, why do I need the steel book if you're giving me a download code?
I know it's weird. I pre-ordered that on Amazon as well.
Speaking of that, I need to go put some money down on that bitch.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a game.
You might.
The cool thing about Amazon is that you can pre-order it and they don't take the money out until it ships. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah. So
I just don't like
I haven't paid
pre-ordering.
for it yet. But
I haven't pre-ordered much since I got the Red Dead Redemption 2 when it come out. I did get that, but that was about the last thing I pre-ordered.
That was like
the last thing I pre-ordered and the collector. The last thing I pre-ordered and on the collector's edition where it actually came with something big and physical was with Borderlands 3, where they actually had the big, like the little loot crate, and at least it came with like the game and like a metal shell.
Yeah, you get the actual physical disc.
Oh, look at this! I'm like, is this really worth $300? Probably not.
No,
it's just sits in a closet. And I don't do anything with it.
Like Mark, you love Borderlands, so it makes sense for you.
I know Borderlands 3 was such a letdown story-wise.
It was.
Did you get the Claptrap?
I did.
What's that?
Claptrap.
Did you get that Claptrap edition?
No,
I got the original game. Whatever
really?
the original
was
for it, I don't remember what it called by now.
I mean,
but it just came
at that hour mark
with a bunch of stuff and like an actual. I mean, it looks cool and it's some cool stuff. Unless you're like putting it up around the house, it kind of just sits in a closet.
Right.
The Sonic Mania with him standing on the Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have to
cool.
display that. That thing's so neat. I love mine.
That's one of the cooler ones for sure.
It's never been taken out. And it's the Xbox version. I don't really want the Xbox one. But
oh, well, the statue's still cool.
It is cool. I agree. So, one of the other points that we had here on our list is that Multiverses, which is a free-to-play game, keep this in mind, free-to-play game that you can buy microtransactions and things for, has outsold Elden Ring.
Did it really outsell it? If it's a free-to-play, though, it doesn't. I feel like it. If it's a free-to-play game, it shouldn't count because it's a free game.
You can buy the game, though.
I guess people have bought enough shit in the game to outsell what Elden Ring did.
I guess I can
that's how I read it. Yeah, that's how I read it. That the sales generated through it essentially equate to
but
outselling.
I wouldn't equate
At
to
the same
thing,
at the same time, if you put microtransactions in Elden Ring,
Oh my god!
like
it would blow that shit out of the water.
Yeah,
Dude. People would eat that shit up.
Here's my
I will pay $20 to have the best sword now.
How
That's
many
an issue with like
people,
crates and a
how many people are
full
spending
price game.
$60 on multiverses? I mean,
Probably a lot, if I had to guess.
you
It's
might be
$20
right.
here.
If you buy multiverse, though, if
it
you buy
adds up over
multiverse for
time.
$60, you don't even get the full game at that point. So it's like
Yeah.
you're still only getting a portion of the characters and stuff.
Trust me,
It's
I know the whole
$100.
of microtransactions a little at a time because when I used to play like for a year and a half, I played Siege constantly, and I just constantly every so often would buy skins. I'm sure I spent like $200-300 on just skins in that game.
Oh, easy. There's been a game or two I've done that with.
It adds up over time.
I've never done that with skin stuff. I can't get into that.
I have. I gotta flex on people by spending money.
Mark, you're always flexing on everybody, but yeah,
It's a waste of money.
That was one good thing about the battle pass with Fortnite. I'm not gonna lie. Now I know we kind of go full circle back to Fortnite here, but like at least with that game, if you play the game, so you buy the battle pass one time for $10, you play the game, you can grind enough coins to buy the battle pass for the next season. So like if you play through and you earn all 100 tiers in the game, you can actually earn the next season
like
by playing the game
as well.
Instead of having to just buy it every single time, which is horseshit. Give me a way to play the game.
Yes.
If I like it, give me a way to play it and earn it.
And earn that shit. Yep.
I'll say this: I can accept microtransactions in a free-to-play game because the game has to make money. It's a free game.
Exactly.
But if it's
Makes
a full
sense.
$60 price game, if it's a full-priced single-player game, why are there microtransactions in it?
Right. Yeah. If it's a single-player campaign story game, I don't need a battle pass for that.
There was a game that did it. I just can't remember the game that did it. I feel like it was an EA game, but I have to look into it.
It had to have been an EA game.
Oh, you are correct. It was an
That's
EA
something
game,
they
and
do.
I cannot remember what it is at the moment. But
Because it made a huge splash. People were like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, that was crazy. I single player games with microtransactions does not make sense to me. What are you doing? You beat the game. What are you doing? You got.
I mean, technically, microtransactions started in a single player game, so why not just take it to the extreme?
I understand beating it. Give me a new game plus. Give me a
on,
DLC that I can pay $10 and play more of a different section of the story or something. I can get that. Right, but like the microtransaction, like why do I need a different skin for my character in the single player game?
Like a loot box in single player.
Even like with the God of War and even the newer games, when you buy the deluxe edition of the game just to get like new in-game content, it's like I'm playing fucking Horizon Zero Dawn. Nobody's gonna see this. Who cares?
Well, that's kind of my thing is if you've played a game that much that you're that bored and you're doing that kind of, you just need another game to play. I think
find something else.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember the name.
There's a game. Oh yeah, it was. I got it with the Series X when it launched. So God of War Ragnarok. That game has that. Basically, you can buy your outfits and stuff, and it's a single player game. And I will say, it came out in 2020, so it's been a couple of years, but that's the last game I put a ton of time into. I did play that for like 150 hours. I love that game, but
as far as
go ahead.
I was gonna say, but based on what you were saying, what Tony was saying earlier, I think Ubisoft is the worst. Where it's like, here's 5 different versions of the game, and not one of them has like everything in it.
Nope.
It blows my mind. I'm like, I hate Ubisoft about that.
Yeah,
what version of the game should I buy? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Do I want the fucking Dragon Ball Z edition? Do I want the Marvel edition? It's like
Ultimate
it's all
edition,
the same shit.
The complete edition. I'm like,
yeah, that's insane.
You got gold. I think with like PlayStation now, they're doing the regular edition, the deluxe edition. You got a gold edition, and then there's like a fucking platinum or some shit. It's like, come on,
it's a scam. They spend more money for an extra 5 minutes worth of coding work. I
think the Final Fantasy VII remake is driving that shit home for me. It's like, they did that. They did the first game, and now they're going to do the second game. But then they did the Yuffie DLC
on the PS5
for it, and it's like you can pay $20 extra to play that if you want, integrate, and then it's like if you had the PS4 version, you got the PS5 version as an upgrade for free, but it was such a pain in the ass to like figure out how to do it and get it to download and make it work right.
Yes, it was
ridiculous.
It was tough to do that. Yeah, to get it migrated over. That was tough work.
So I didn't
Oh, yeah.
I didn't play it on the PS4, but I got that for $20 on Amazon. So I think
Yes.
I did pretty good on that.
Oh, I got the base game of it for free on one of the PlayStation Plus monthly things.
Yeah,
Right.
I got the
Yeah,
base game for free, and I'm probably never
But
going
I
to play
think
it. But it's
don't they still cut some of the game out on that free version? Y'all don't think you can
Yeah,
play the
they
actual
do.
full game on the free version? All right, I know at least you don't get the PS5 upgrade for free
You
with
don't
that
get
version.
the upgrade.
probably
Yes,
not.
no,
But you can still play the
do
PS4
not.
version on the
You
PS5,
get
so
the
it's kind of
PS4
irrelevant.
version. You have to pay for the upgrade if you get it on
Right.
PlayStation Plus. Yeah, so
It looks
kinda
good though.
crazy.
I like that game.
I think Final Fantasy VII is good. It's a good game. I just think it's overhyped from nostalgia reasons.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you go back, it doesn't hold up well. Like if you go back to try to play it now,
well.
it doesn't hold up. The graphics and shit are just pretty trash. But like the remake was good. I like being able to go back and see like some of those areas that I really liked in the.
If we can get a
HD
remake
versions.
of that, why can't we get a remake of what I would say is an arguably better JRPG, which would be Chrono Trigger, which we probably never going to get a
But hey,
version.
Mark,
I saw it on the background, and I'm just like, it's such a good game.
We did get a remake, Mark. We got a remake on the DS. Come on, man.
That's kind of like saying Final Fantasy
Tactics.
That's
just like an upgrade.
Was a remake.
It was
yeah,
good
that's
on
like
DS.
saying
It was
great.
good.
I prefer the DS.
They added in more cinematics and stuff, right?
Yeah. It was a prettier game overall. But yeah, if we got
Like
a current gen remake of Chrono Trigger, oh dude,
that would be sick.
You got me suckered in on that one for sure.
Arguably better JRPG game.
They would sell you the different endings though.
Speaking of which, did you
That's
guys play
DLC.
that?
Yeah.
Did you guys?
And nowadays it's DLC.
You guys play that new version of Chrono Cross? Anybody?
I have it on deck. I haven't put it in just yet, but that's on deck after I finish I'm going through Final Fantasy IX on my Switch right now.
Gotcha.
So after that, I'm going for Chrono Cross.
Yeah.
Nice.
What is it, Radical Dreamers Edition or something like that?
Yeah, and screw what all of the reviews say, because I know there's all these like really low reviews on it. This is my take on that. I think all of the people playing that game did not play that game originally, or they're playing this game thinking that it's going to be
like a remake, completely
exactly a remake or a remaster, and it's like, no, I don't give a shit. If it's the exact same experience as it was on my clunky PS1, I will be very happy.
And you can play it portable.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was a great
It's a portable
game.
remake of the game. It's not a remake of the game. It's just a portable port of it.
It's a port
but I know
with
they did change up some of the there was some faulty translations in it originally. They kind of went through and cleaned those up, but I mean, dude, I could care less. Like
part of the charm is these terrible translations at times.
This is true. This is true.
It is true.
So
all your base belong to us.
Adds that element of humor right when you need it the most.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Right. Ditch Digger says we need a Xenogears remake.
Oh, dude.
I've never played Xenogears.
Okay.
See that? You seen those reactions? It was like, whoa.
So I'm gonna explain why we need a Xenogears remake so badly. So that game almost got canned, and the problem was that they were pitched a deadline that was far further closer than what the developers had originally been told. So essentially, the second half of that game was them just panicking and trying to wrap up everything as quick as they could. Now, I'll say they did a freaking amazing job doing.
Are you telling me they pulled a Game of Thrones at the end of that game?
They did. And they did it so good that it is loved as much as it is right now. But I'm telling you, if we had the opportunity to get all of the real written script that was originally supposed to be in that and have all that put together, oh, dude, that would be absolutely amazing. And I'm telling you, my personal opinion, that's top 3 JRPGs, no question about it. I would say it's my personal number 1. But I would have to give it some more thought. But that is a great freaking game if y'all have never played that.
Yeah, it's an amazing game, absolutely amazing. I think now just a remaster would be cool. A remake would be great. Even a remaster would be cool. I'd totally take that.
Very least a remaster would be.
A remaster on current gen, I would accept that. I love the game. I think it's perfect how it is.
The minimal work you really have to do is just upgrade it
fine
for
either
the.
way.
And please don't do a Grand Theft Auto trilogy remake to it. God damn.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
how you. I don't know how
we
you.
do not
How do you
need that.
ruin
No, dude, that was.
I mean,
yeah.
those are 3 fucking amazing games, and they just trashed the fuck out
How
of it.
do
Like,
you?
they just
How do you
No.
screw up a
laziest
port?
fucking shit you could possibly do. They're
Well,
like,
here's
that's great. Fuck it, send it out.
The
Don't
problem
buy it.
is that that's what they do. They make it to where it's playable, release it, and now they're just sending updates every week. And it's been
Yep.
updated something like 20
There's no
times.
like, okay, this is a good finished product. Release
No.
this. They're like, fuck it, push it out. We'll fix it later.
The only person that does
That's-
that are the
Hate
first-party
that.
companies, and even then, some would say, Microsoft didn't do that with the Halo launch with this game. I mean, a lot of people were pretty upset with that. Essentially, it was bare bones.
Oh,
Yeah.
like very much so.
Yeah, it was essentially a bare bones Halo game that even Halo 1 offered some more than that offered at launch. But
It kind of makes it one of my favorite things to watch, though, is that guy on I'm not sure what his name is on YouTube. I'd love to give him a shout out, but he does like all the day one games. Like you play it,
Yes, I've
he
seen
takes
that.
his internet out, loads them up, and just plays like a day one of the game. It's like,
Without
this
the
is what you
patch.
get if you don't. Yeah, no patch game,
No
like,
patch.
and it's just trash. Like everybody just releases it like garbage these days.
And the only
Nobody
forbid you wait
releases a
until 6
finished
months.
product.
the only person that does that is Nintendo. However,
True.
I would say that they didn't do that with the new Mario Strikers. So that's kind of
that they've been adding to pretty constant.
Yeah, that was a very I still need to pick it up, and I do want to pick it up just because even
It's one of those like they're
had a lot of
back burner.
memories with.
It's a first party game. It's like a back burner. It's like a game
don't
they just
care.
like push out to
It's
make
a Mario
money.
sports
It's not.
game.
Right.
It's not a. Their sports games are not like mainline titles. They're just like supplementary. If like we need to fill up a gap between releases.
Yeah, they did that with Mario Golf. I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things that.
The tennis
Mario
game was
Sports.
super bare bones as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it was absolutely. Yeah, they added characters way later and did all kinds of stuff. They even had an update not like super long ago that they mentioned in a direct on it. But yeah, mainline.
Well, how about their nice little update that enabled Bluetooth on your device?
That's pretty.
How's that?
Yeah, that was
their
great.
release?
Yeah.
Like what?
It's
Wait a
there.
minute.
You just can't use it.
So it was been there since day one.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
my fucking
the hard-
day one Switch
Yeah,
had
'cause
the
they need
update
the
and it just
hardware.
automatically works. Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like the hardware's there, but for whatever reason, the software doesn't work. So
Hey,
push
they
it out
wanna
now.
turn it on now.
We'll figure it out later.
They flipped the switch
Yeah.
and turned it on.
It's pretty much really all they
Exactly.
did. It's
Yeah.
Bluetooth. Come on, it's not that hard.
Essentially. No.
But it just makes me wonder what other kind of like functions they have in the console or shit. Like, you know, that they could just be like, oh, by the way, now we're gonna do this. Boop.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? It's
Awesome.
weird that
You
they
want-
like.
You want to stream video? That's extra $5 for us to unlock it on your hardware.
Have you guys seen that with the Nintendo or what do they call it now? It was a Club Nintendo. They call it something now where I get stuff on there with my points.
My Nintendo.
My Nintendo. Okay, so
Oh, the My Nintendo Awards, yeah.
yeah, you can buy.
They expire now too.
I know that's bullshit. That's bullshit. But I use mine, so it's not.
That's how they get you to. They want you to spend money
I just
Yeah.
got
because people just hoard it, spend stuff with it. Like, nah, you got to use a little bit just to supplement.
the weird.
Well, all the
They
stuff
cost
that I seen was all bullshit. It was like a digital download picture for your
you
phone
can buy
or
an
like
icon for your Switch.
That's even worthless.
exactly
That's what I
like
was bringing it up for. You can buy icons for your Switch. Like, just put the
Right.
damn icons on there.
like I
Nobody-
can't get
nobody
this background.
cares.
Like I can't, you know, at least with like. Well, I don't think you can do it with
You
PS5,
can't.
but with your PS4, you could actually add whatever picture you wanted as your desktop
Make
background
your
for your
back-
They
PS5
are planning to add that. I've seen discussion on that on Twitter.
or news. They need to add that.
Yeah.
You know?
That's something.
I want it to be what I want it to be.
Well, look how long it took to get folders on the Switch, dude. They just
Mhm.
did that this year.
Oh,
Just added
God.
folders,
Yeah.
bro. I still haven't set mine
True.
up. with
I don't need
those.
folders. It's so little hard space to save games unless I want to get like a 200 gig micro SD.
Oh, I got a 1 terabyte micro SD in it. I almost 200.
It's like I'd like to be able to use the stuff I got with my PS4 version of Final Fantasy VII, you know, because I got that badass Sephiroth background, and I can't even use it on my PS5. So it's like,
Dude, it's ridiculous. Let me show
What's
you
the
this.
point?
This is yeah, it's they need to add backgrounds and stuff. Make it more like user friendly, where it's just you got it how you want your system. I mean,
Well,
come on.
it seems that the
Gotta go PC
trend
gaming.
was the trend at one point was these companies wanted their home consoles to kind of be like a multimedia solution
Right.
And
That's
you
kind
can,
of where Xbox kind of exceeded. It's
the
more of like
Xbox
a home
does.
entertainment console.
Well, and but now they're all
Xbox One.
moving.
Damn.
It's like people are moving away from it. Like, no. This is
Mhm.
just a hardcore game system, and you can
Right.
only do what we will allow.
But
Yeah.
who's going to spend like $400 or $500 on a console and just stream video? Like, let's be real.
Oh no!
Like,
Come
you could buy a
on.
Roku for
True,
that.
true.
If you're buying this, you're
Well,
going to play games on it.
Yeah.
And
That's
streaming is
kind
just
of
a
exactly
supplement.
why I don't own an Xbox, because literally my TV is my entertainment system. Like, it's got all the damn apps and
Well,
everything
that's
I
what
need
I
on
was
the
gonna
TV.
say.
That's
I
like
don't even
Xbox
play that
back
through
in-
my Xbox.
Yeah,
You don't
Xbox
even need
back
a
in like
Roku anymore.
yeah.
I mean, TVs have all that built in, so I
Yeah.
haven't had a Roku in. God, I had a Roku
But
in 10 years or
just
something.
I still
I
find it
just
funny
feel like
when,
as
what was it,
you're like
2016 when Microsoft came out and said, "Hey, we don't really care about the gaming," and I'm just like, how do you not know where the stream market's going?
It's a media.
Yeah.
They said it was like a media.
Yeah, I
device
was
or
like,
something.
what are you
I'm
talking
like,
about? Nobody's buying it to watch TV.
No, yeah, they were marketing.
not
it
a smart
that.
person.
I remember when they were saying that with the Xbox One, right? Isn't that right? Yeah,
Mhm.
I think I remember that in a presentation. But
I
Yeah,
vividly remember it.
they wanted you to hook your cable box or
Yes.
your
Yep.
satellite box up to your Xbox.
And you have to be online to play games
Online,
or whatever.
always
you can't.
online.
You can't swap games anymore. It was so stupid.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it kind of
PlayStation was
was.
sitting there
Kinda
like,
was.
or Sony was like, "Oh, we're just gonna dunk on them,"
Yeah.
and they did.
My fear is that, I mean, I think the next generation with Xbox and PlayStation, at least, I feel like we are heading to a digital only console. I feel
Oh,
like
I'm
that's
money.
the case.
quite.
Because then you don't have to see the sold games, which they don't make money off of, or
No.
physical copies lose value over time.
They-
So stores
Yeah.
can sell them.
Yeah,
Cost
they
of
used to.
production.
Yeah,
They
goes
they can.
make
down.
It's like
money with
Nintendo.
digital.
Yeah, well, because
Well, then
they
they can pull your
maintain-
license anytime they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
that
too.
You have a license to the game. You don't own the game.
No, yeah, you
They
just
can
have
take
like
that away.
yeah.
You're paying
so
$60 to play the game as long as we want to let you play the game.
If the
you
game's
just
trash,
bought
it's gonna stay
permission
60.
to use
So
it.
that is why I do this.
Yup.
That's the reason for that. I don't like that. I do.
Well,
have
just like,
digital-
okay, so take, for example, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, right?
Yeah.
Came out not too long ago, a couple
Oh,
years ago,
God.
whatever.
Oh,
Literally has zero support. You can't even play it online
Can't even
anymore.
play it.
You
can't even play it,
You can build
period.
your own track and then play your own track.
Oh,
That's
well,
it.
that's right. That's right.
the only thing you
can't
can do on
build
the
your
game.
own.
You can't play with anybody. You can't invite friends to your track because there's just no servers for it anymore. They literally shut that shit down, just like Jump Force.
Tony,
Jump
I
Force
gotta
has
ask
no
you a
support for it
question.
anymore.
Mhm.
Did you enjoy that game?
What game? Jump
Tony Hawk
Force?
Pro,
Or-
no, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5.
I just popped it in probably 2
Not
weeks
me,
ago to
dude.
try it,
It's
and
one
I
of the-
couldn't play it. So I can honestly say
Bad.
I didn't fucking even try
Dude,
it.
It's so bad.
Save yourself.
Yes,
don't
you saved
don't.
yourself.
Just don't.
I promise you. It's a
Oh,
horrible
so
game.
here's some more news. So speaking of skateboarding games, the new Skate game, Skate 4, is going to be called just Skate. They're going back to just the
We're
original
going
name,
back.
Skate with it.
I
Yep.
hate when people do that.
And
shit.
it would have been great. Like, it would have been great advertising. I've seen somebody say that they should have made it Skate 4, but make the A in Skate the number 4. You know, like you could call it
Yeah.
Skate, but just change it to the 4 in there. Have that in there.
Essentially, what they're
Yeah,
doing then
Scream 4 did the same shit.
they're trying to reboot the series and do something like what Call of Duty is doing with the Modern Warfare. They just released Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and we already had a Modern Warfare. So essentially, they're
A couple of them.
a couple 4, right? Do we have 4 Modern?
Right.
Well, yeah, because we even had like Infinite Warfare and all this. All that
Yeah.
It was trash.
Advanced Warfighter, but I guess that's
Oh, Advanced Warfare is the worst one in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, it's yeah, I don't know about that. It's essentially a reboot then, right? Or is it still trying to be like a Skate 4?
No, I think it's going to be Skate 4. Like, it's going to be the new Skate game, but it's just going back to the original name. They're not going to call it Skate 4. They're just going to call it Skate
I
again.
don't
Is that-
like that.
that's one of that. Yeah, because that's
It's
one of
going to be
those
confusing
games.
as shit.
I don't
Well,
like
and it's
that.
and they're really walking a tightrope with that because if they change too much, they're going to completely lose their support base.
Yeah.
The fan base will walk off from that, and
Because the people that like that game really like the game the way it is.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
They do. Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
mechanics,
I can't really play it, but like the mechanics for it are just awesome. Like when you watch
Yeah.
people play and like how it you actually flip sticks to make tricks and shit
Well,
instead of just
it's-
going BX, triangle.
yeah.
well, like
It depends on the studio. How much
Well,
do they
be-
really care about the fans?
yeah.
yeah. Well, in being a skateboarder, I can definitely tell you that like they have like that formula, that engine that Skate uses. I mean, it's real physics. I mean,
Yes.
it's awesome. So So yes, like the largest
Like the
majority of
Tony
their
Hawk Pro
fan
Skater.
base. Well, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. It's like the large majority of their fan base are a lot of skaters. So that's the big thing. It's like if they change that too much, people would definitely veer away. And dude, Skater XL, I love that title. That's a
good one.
great game, and I would just like to see it having more support. I guess it's kind of it just has a little bit of an unfinished feel to it. It's hard to explain, but
It's not
I love
polished.
that game.
It's not a polished
Yeah.
game. Yeah, I
Hmm.
played it. I'll tell you one you need to play, Shane. Skatebird. I'm telling you, that game takes it's essentially Tony Hawk with a bird on a skateboard, and it's just
Skate Bird.
dude. Yes, look it up. Look it
So
up
you got
on.
Big Bird
check
on
it
a
out.
It's
skateboard.
free on Game Pass, so just
So
check it out. Yeah,
That's funny.
it is funny. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, we had quite a bit of news topics this week. Pretty fun podcast today, boys.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we will be back next Sunday again at 8 p.m.
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah. Follow all the socials. Check the groups. Go check Game Central Station events on Facebook. Our
Get
Linktree.
over here.
Absolutely. Our Linktree has everything on it. Game Central Station events, all their stuff, and then we have everything else for Game Junction Podcast, all that on there. So just give that a follow. Check that link out. We got the QR code on the screen. So we appreciate it, guys. Everybody have fun today.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, we'll see you guys all again next Sunday, and we appreciate you all for coming.